Hello everybody, that's here with another episode of Broken Cards or Hearthstone. So previously I covered Priest and now it's time for Rogue. Yeah, I'm not sure if there is too many cards which is like a super broken, but there's quite a few cards which are just really overpowered. First and most importantly, I wanna say like these combo effects, I think they are generally almost all of them are overpowered. Because if you want to get some benefit, and usually there is some downside. For example, if you play as let's say warlock, there are few cards which cost someone a strong card for low price, but the downside is you discard some card in your hand, or you do damage yourself. Or if you play as a shaman, you have overload effect. These cards have nothing like this. Only condition is like play another card before you play this one, and that's it. I think one thing should be like if they want to do it as well. I mean, it's an interesting mechanic. Don't make me wrong, but it should be something a little more like every time if you play card, you get one combo, and some combo effect should be triggered like if you play two, you get two. If you get three, you get three. If you like play some like fighting game which using combos, then you know what I'm talking about. Especially with games such as Killer Instinct, like higher combo you get, more score you have, and this should be something like this, where certain effects will be triggered only if you already play X number of cards. Like for example, this card, I think like 4 plus 4 is a little too much. Like 1 is a reasonable bonus. Why I get like another +2 only because I already played one card here? That's like worth of 2 crystals. That's make no sense. So let's move on and let's check Rose cards because I don't wanna like spending repeat myself every time. I think just combos are in general overpowered. So first we have this card. Um, this card is actually not that bad, except I don't see any relation between like why can damage only undamaged minion. I don't see any like reason like why you cannot stab somebody from back if he's already injured. That make no sense. So that is only little nonsense here, but overall this card is not bad. This card, this card is overpowered. Like you legitimately can decrease like strength of the card, like make it 2 crystals cheaper. And if this card will cost like 2 crystals, then I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. But the card is cost 0. It's a good card and it has its use, but it's a little too good. And we have this, which be perfectly honest, I already mentioned I think this card is a little OP in its combo form. And also name make no sense. I mean cold blood, what the hell? Like cold blood, if you use it as a metaphor, you can say like somebody who is uh, like classified as cold blooded is basically somebody who have no mercy, and that's supposed to give you buff on damage. how exactly it is supposed to work. I don't know, it's just weird. Not exactly super broken, but just weird. This card is okay. This one is actually also okay. Okay, this card is very broken because it's overpowered. Like this card can one hit kill anyone. Granted, it have only one hit point, so it can die really quickly. But in certain circumstances, this card can be really broken for like ability destroy anyone. First and most importantly, this is not only card which doing this. Another card which doing this is what is it? This one. So I guess the reason why it is happening is because they are potion. They have like potion. They are venomous attack, which uh okay, but the thing is, potions even if they are really deadly, they usually don't kill you immediately, and also it depends on your like physical condition. So I would say potions units should like kill enemies, which is okay, but they should be like a little restriction. Like let's say it's kill the minion on a next, not immediately, but in the next turn if his health is below a certain limit. That will be much more logical and also not as much overpowered because it makes sense. If you are a strong, healthy individual, you can survive even if you are like exposed to some venom. So you can still survive. It's necessary don't kill you. But if you are weak or very injured, so your body is not is good condition, then you can die. That will be um much more like reasonable. But right now this card is a little overpowered. Well, it's still not as bad because it has only one hit point, so it's died really quickly. But I think it's still overpowered. And now we have this card. This card is. I have actually kind of mixed feelings about this card because on one side, this card by itself directly really don't do anything. At the same time, it's give you three copies of the card, which can have some interesting consequences. There are some cases where this card can be used for certain thing, but I talk about this later. I don't know. I don't think this card is bad. It just and it's even not overgrown. I don't think so. This card actually is okay. So forget it. This card is not broken. This card, however, it is. I mean, this card is technically like destroying any minions. It's like kill card for price of two crystals. Granted, that is true. This card don't kill your enemy. It's only returning in your hand. That is true. But first, if the card which you play is some high cost card, which basically make you waste like a lot of crystals. If you play 5 crystals card, then this card basically wastes you 5 crystals or two. Uh, Also, it can effectively like nullify any effect. So if I do something like, let's say, I give you like quick example, okay? So if I play, let's say, as a priest and summon this card, Mike's now, and do infamous combo, which is Divine Spirit, Interfire. So suddenly I have a minion which is extremely powerful, like 32 hit points, 32 damage, and ability to destroy anything with the hit, which really doesn't mean anything because with the 32 damage you can do it anyway. And if, like, I have 6 crystals, 4 discard its own, and another 4 for Divine Spirit, that's a 10, and 11 for in their fire. And somebody can, like, return this card in my hand, so I can still play the card another time. But the major effect, major benefits which I get for this card and combine all those crystals are gone. And also, I wasted like 11 crystals, which for two crystals, I think this card is. I can tell this card is not bad, but it should be like it should have some restrictions, or I don't know. I mean, if you, I'm not actually sure what's up mean. I This is one of the few English words which I don't know. So yeah, my English sucks. I know, but it looks like some sort of stun. But if enemy is only stun, then why it's not just like immobilized for one round, or like why this like can break any enchantments? That's a little weird to me. I think its card is really make no sense and it's overpowered. We have now this card. This card is actually okay. This one is also okay. This card is, well, technically you could say technically you could say this card is overpowered, but it has low initial stats, and I don't think it's that bad. I mean, this card can be, on certain circumstances, can be really monsterly like powerful. At the same time, you need to play many cards in one spot, and that is a little difficult to do. It's really rare when you can get actual benefit from this card, and I don't think it's actually super overpowered. It's look like it's overpowered, but in reality, it's not. Now we have Aaron Sensei, which, well, I think this card also isn't that bad. I mean, it's giving really powerful buffs, but they are A, randomized, B, given only to max, and C, he have pretty low hit points. So he can die really quickly, which kind of compensate the fact he is strong. So I don't think this card is that bad. This one is one of the newest. Okay, I think this card is a little overpowered. For its price, have really good stats, and also actually really strong special ability, which if this ability is used correctly, it can be insanely powerful, like really 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 strong. I think it's a little too much. Depends on which you card we can combine, and there are some really insane combination. Like imagine, like you must be super lucky to be actually able to do that, but at the same time, if you do, it's can be like super powerful card. I think this card should be like weaker, having lesser stats. Maybe have like 3 hit points, 2 damage. That will be more like fitting. But how is this right now? I think it's a little too strong. Then we have this card, Between random minion, you're friendly. Um, well, this card is not bad. It's just a little unpredictable. I guess. Like it has a better stats than its all other minions with same cost. But at the same time, it has some. Okay, no, this card is actually not that bad. It's just a little unpredictable. I probably never use this card, but yeah, this card, this card is um, slightly overpowered because giving a friendly minion permanent stealth, it's really hard to destroy a stealth minions, and if you can do this, I mean, don't make me wrong. I think it's a great card. I love this card, but I think it's a little too strong. I think it should have like lower stats. Other than that, it's okay. This card this card is overpowered. It has really good stat for its price and give you one extra coin. That is a little too much, I think. A little, not like super anything crazy, but it's a little too um strong. Then we have Assassin's Blade. It's pretty much okay. Okay, I don't think I need to comment this card. I already have said a lot in my it is in my top 10 overpowered card, so yeah, I don't think I wanna talk about this anymore. We have this card which is not necessarily overpowered because it's do same thing to you like your enemy. It just but it's still really broken because it's doing exactly same things to yours like your enemy. In certain circumstances it can be good, but again it is card which affect everyone, and I think it's a little too I think it's a little too much. But that's just me. And we have a sprint which is um okay, except the name. It's I'm not sure. Uh I'm not sure. Okay, we have a shaman, so let's go to the craftable cards. Let's see. Here is craftable cards. We have this thing. Okay, here is another card which is like really broken. Like I mean, name makes sense, but for zero crystals, get reduce the price of the spell, the free. I think that is a little too much. I think it's a little too much, and I think this card is overpowered. This card is okay. I mean, stealth is a good thing, especially for all your minions, but it's only for one round, so I think it's actually okay. We have this thing. Um, I guess this card is okay. Okay. This card, however, is very broken. Not only it's a really overpowered, granted it's a little situational, which kind of compensate its overpoweredness. But the problem which I have here is, I mean, first this card can do like a really huge damage, but like I said, it depends on situation how you use this card. It may or may not be strong, so that's kind of compensate the overpoweredness of this card. But my problem with this card is how you can somebody force to betray you. They say everyone has a price, but That is the problem here. The game really don't use any like element of moral. There are some. I mean, if you think about it this way, then technically, for example, most of the paladin minions should be immune against this card because this is paladin. He is the freaking holy warrior. They don't do things like betray each other. That is my problem with this card. I mean, not because it's slightly overpowered. I have more problem with the card. How you can force somebody to betray you. This card should be like some sort of limit. Or also there is another thing. There is another thing which is even more ridiculous. There are cards such as uh let's me see, such as totems. Totems cannot betray anyone because totem. It's a construct. This thing is magically created things, and you cannot force them do something like this. Same thing with the mechs. If nothing else, for God's sake, at least say with this card, like individuals with artificial mind or no moral are immune against this card because they cannot be manipulated, such as, for example, golems. Mechs, they should be immune against this card. This card, that is my problem with this card. It's a little overpowered, but I see much worse. But my problem is with the fact you cannot force anybody to betray their friends. It's There are some individuals who can, but there are some who cannot. Like if you have like a, this card should have like probability the success, and the chance of success should like depends on against who use this card. If you use it against, let's say, for somebody such as pirate, then obviously pirates are known for like having like basically no morals, and they have no problem betray each other. So there will be chance of 100%. If you using against card who have no morals at all, such as Golem or Max, there should be chance of success 0. If you use it against card, which is class specific minion, then there should be a chance of success, but the chance should be like really small because you should expect this card be really loyal to its owner because they are kind of related. Especially any cards which is basically owned by paladins should have even lower chance to success because they are like based on a moral. They have mostly highly moral units, and they should be like loyal. That is my problem with this card. What this card do is just weird. It makes no sense. You cannot manipulate not everyone. There should be some sort of restriction. At least the way. I mean, if you want to be even deeper, you can like do like some complex rules or give like minions another ability which is called moral. So that's can like depends who can be like manipulated and who's not. But saying like everyone has a price, no, I disagree. Like you cannot force mech or totems to betray its owner, or creatures which been summoned by spells because they are loyal to its creator. They have this bond, and only way how you can manipulate them it's by magic. And let's be honest, rogues isn't good with magic. They are pretty much assassins. They are called rogues, but in the end, they are more like assassins. Now we have Blade of Fury, which This card is okay. Only problem with this again, it's okay. Oh, aha. It's just doing damage only its enemies, so that's okay, I guess. Here we have another card. Well, this card is actually okay. Now we have this card. Okay, this card is a little overpowered. I think this card is a little overpowered. It should be more expensive and have a lower stats. One or another, or probably both, because this card is really strong. Now we have this with this thing. Again, for unexplained reason, this card is overpowered big ass combos. Um, this card is slightly overpowered, not too much, but I think it have if for this ability it should have a lower stats. Then we have this thing which uh that's a 2 2 1 3. Okay, this card is OP. It should have lower stats or not this special ability. Because for this price you have like 2 hit points to damage. So if you lower damage hit points to 1, you can increase the hit point, and that give you 1 free. But this minion have actually 1 4, and on top of that, stealth every time if you play pirate, which I think is a little too much. Like this card is overpowered, definitely. And now we have this. Okay, another card which have ability of infinite destruction. Granted, it have a low stats, so it's little um, easy to destroy, but at the same time, it's difficult to destroy somebody who is invisible. And for this price, I think it's too much. I think it's a little too much. Again, it should do more likely like potion damage or something. I don't like this minion. Okay, now we have this one who slightly overpowered, but it's not so too bad. I think it's pretty much okay. Well, slightly overpowered. Now we have this thing. Have you plus while you have mech. Uh, I think this card is okay. Uh, well, this one is also okay. Okay, is this card is another card which is really overpowered. Uh, I mean, it has kind of randomized effect. So, but at the same time, if you use this card twice, the chance its triggers is really bad. It's basically stop enemy, uh, make him unable to draw a card, and if he does, you get free 4 minions. So if you use this card twice, you have really high chance this will happen, and this card is way too powerful, way too much. I mean, it's a good card, but at the same time, like if you use Nerubian egg, you get 1 egg per card of the same price. Granted, it's a 1 crystal card, but still. But now you get like 4. Really? I think it would be much better if you instead of Nerubians, if you get at least Nerubian egg. That'd be much more fair, but even this sounds like a little too much to me. Yeah, it's granted it's a little unpredictable, but at the same time it's overpowered. Oh, what else? We have a two random class. Uh, yeah, this is another broken card, which basically it's this slap in the face thingy because First, it's really not a fair play against somebody with its own card, and it's also like if I play as a rogue, then that means I most likely want a rogue's cards. So why I should want to like cards from somebody else's class? Surprisingly, some people still use this card. So obviously, somebody think this card is not so bad. To me, I think it's this card is just weird instead of necessarily broken. Now we have this card. Uh, Deal to enemy only. It's restricted only to heroes. This card actually is not super broken. Now we have this one. If you have a pirate gun, okay, this card is broken. It's overpowered. Like for this I can I guess if you have like pirate, it's restriction or for pirate. There's actually multiple different cards which doing this. But at the same time, if you have deck which is pirates only, and I am pretty sure many people have decks like this, then it's actually not much as a restriction, and you can easily get really strong card for really high chance to succeed. And it's even if you don't, its basic abilities are pretty above the average. So yeah, a little too strong, I think. We have here another overpowered card. Again, why? I don't get it. This card is actually okay. Think. Now we have this one. This the random enemy minion and your opponent's weapons. That is a little. This card is a little silly. I mean, it is a overpowered, but at the same time, it's a little unpredictable. So, like, if your enemy have only one minion, then it can be great cards, but overpowered. But at the same time, it's cards which is difficult to use. I didn't see actually too many people use this card, so I think it's just a little. I mean, name makes sense, but at the same time, it's I don't know. Now we have this card, which uh okay. Well, I think this card is pretty much okay. Open Ninja. I think this card is okay. We have this dude. It's a 5, 5, 6, 4, 7, 3. So stats are okay, but the combo attack it's a little too much. I think. Flipper. Another weird card. I mean, I mean, if you kidnap somebody, don't should be like make more sense. Like, uh, I think what this card should do, like, is move the card from your enemy to your side, but at the same time make it like some sort of effect, such as rope, like or chains, which basically mean this card cannot really do anything. And if you attack this card, you break it, and card return back to you. But if you do too much damage, you can kill your own card. So you can basically free this card from your enemy, but at the same time, you can kill it in a process. That will be much more sense. And also this card should be, well, it's actually not that much overpowered. But how this card is right now, I think its name it's make no sense, and also it's I what I wanna do, I think will be much more sense with this card if what this card do, and no combos are necessary, just directly like a Butler Cry. If this card do this, it's move some selected card from your side and move it on a side of the enemy, but at the same time give it a status of it's basically a card which is kidnapped, which basically means this card cannot this card have a suppress ability attack. It have zero damage, and at the same time cannot use its special abilities if have some. But if you hit this card with your card, you can cause it some damage, but at the same time, by doing so, you basically free it and return back to you. That will be much more sense, but right now this card is just weird and also slightly overpowered. That will be much better if you do this. Now we have this card. Okay, this is another card which is kind of broken. I don't think it's necessarily overpowered. That is how much? That is 6657. It has really good stats. Well, it actually is overpowered. I didn't notice. But the problem is here, even if this card do something useful, why you giving a like if you receive a copy of the spell, then why you giving a coin to your enemy? Why this card basically helping your enemy? This is not business. This is fight, and he should do like I don't know something which help you. Not just this is not exchange. This is not friendly exchange. It's a fight. So why you just exchange the copy of enemy spells for coin? That is a little confusing to me. I don't know. This card is a little overpowered and a little like make no sense. Why help your enemies? Anubarak. That's how much? That's a 9. Return this hand and summon Nerbian. Um, that is how much? That is like 4, and I think this card is a little overpowered. There are cards which are wars, but when this card is copied with some other cards, I think it's a little too strong. It should be weaker. Its damage should be lower. I don't know how much. About 2 less damage will be probably okay, but I think this card is a little too strong. And that's everything for a row. So in the next episode, we doing Shaman, who have its own share of broken cards. But today, I'm okay with the rogue. So that was rogue. And the next time we doing Shaman, and we have 1, 2, 3 more class, and then will be like neutral. That will be like probably long. I actually probably like make one episode for each crystal prize. We will see how things goes. But yeah. So that is everything for today. So yeah. I'll see you next time. And for today, thanks for your time. And I set this in opposite order, unlike usual. Okay, so let me correct this. Thanks for your time, and I will see you later. Oh yes, this is how it's supposed to be done.